It's not great to look at that and be like, what's going on, D?
Well, and because you have to lay there with your legs up, you probably have to see them more than normal. So we open in media res. Oh, wait, we should at least say who we are. I'm Jeff. This is Shattered Worlds RPG, and we're about to do a game. With me is Ash,
Hello.
Kristy,
Hello.
and Jayme.
Hello.
We open in media res. Alecto, Crunch, and Keziah are dressed as soldiers in some sort of war. Crunch is kitted out with a mech suit, complete with rockets, grenades, a cutting arm, and a cannon arm. Alecto has a kinetic field harness, which lets her store and release energy in huge amounts. And Keziah is completely human, normal, no cybernetics, with a... Sorry, normal's a bloated word. Pre-surgical procedures, with a submachine gun and a med kit, like on a strap. She's sitting down next to a soldier. The soldier dies as she's working on him. She looks up, having done all she could for the woman, and we see that she has a personal field generator as well. So it looks like she'll be able to soak up some damage. The dead guy is their commander, Major Technon Bridge. His last act was to transfer his command codes to Alecto, who is now in command.
Oh no.
You're pinned down outside the enemy base with 2 squads of troops set up on either side of the compound. Everybody in your squad is dead somewhere on the field, including the major. Comms are shaky, and you can't make any contact with the mothership, so you have no telemetric data. As long as you're out in public, you could be hit with a mortar. This is a dicey situation. Inside the compound, the enemy is threatening to execute all the civilians. There's hundreds of them. So yeah, Alecto, what do you do?
We need to find cover. And make our way to the compound. So, in that order. I think. I don't know. Who put me in charge?
Currently, you're running this new sim called the Metavalence. You don't know what it is, but apparently it's some sort of military sim. So, right now you're behind like just some sand berms, and you can see some burned out cars and things kind of off to one side, that you could get a few more yards if you hustled. There are like auto cannons on top of the main building. So it's main building, gate, busted up trucks, and then you. And you're on the south side of the compound. Your A squad and B squad are on the west and east. So you have a spot where you could get to some cover.
Okay. Should we maybe we should rejoin one of the other squads. Since ours has been decimated. Alecto was visibly sweating.
Out of character, you've been in this sim now for about an hour, say. It's supposed to take 2 or 3 hours, general gameplay.
Are we aware that this is a simulation?
Yeah, like I said, you've been doing this for about an hour, so you've kind of like you'll kind of know how to use your different parts, and Keziah knows which medical supplies she has, that kind of stuff.
I think that sounds like a solid plan.
Oh,
Okay.
you got to use her rank. She is a lieutenant, so you say LT.
LT.
Crunch is a lance corporal, and you're a specialist.
I'm sorry, Lance Corporal is way too macho a title for Crunch.
It's a set role. You just picked whatever one looked like it had a mech suit option.
Yes, this one suits my machismo. Yes.
All right. So I guess we'll using cover head toward um one of the other squads, whichever one is closest and has the most ground cover to reach.
Okay, the line of trucks kind of stretches out to the east, so you'll go from one to the next. Give me a quick wind roll to get you between points of cover. We'll see how far you get. I think Crunch will go first because he's the most, he draws the heavy fire.
No, it is my stealth mech. No one could hear me clanking.
Your suit gives you +6 to all your wind rolls.
Okay, so this is
I guess
23 total.
Would this be stealth or athletics?
I don't know.
When you're working a mech suit, it's all the same skill. So
Okay. So is this do I take my base wind of 9 and then add 6 from the mech suit and then whatever
Yeah.
I roll?
Yeah.
Okay. 23 total.
Okay. Yeah. You easily make it 3 truck lengths, or more like they're more like trailers. Anyway, next up, Alecto.
If it's just straight wind in the roll, I've got an 18.
Okay.
I have
Your character doesn't have a mech suit, so
no,
unless
but I
you
have
use your kinetic harness, there's no way to go faster, I don't think.
but I have
Although acrobatics, I guess you could.
Mhm.
You'd expose yourself to too much fire, I think, if you tried to be fancy with it.
I do have tumbling.
Oh, tumbling would work, yeah.
Yeah, so I have 1 point in tumbling.
So that's 20. 18
Yeah.
plus 2 is 20. All right. You make it. Doctor?
Keziah has a 16. She has nothing helpful.
Cool. No cybernetic mods, no juice boost.
No.
Oh, we can say your character might have hit herself with some meth earlier in the episode. You've got the med kit, so.
Fair.
All right, so you got a 19.
Well, she had a 16, unless you want to give
16.
her a boost because she's.
If you took a double dose, you could get
Oh my
+4,
God.
but it will wear off at some point when it's most annoying, or
Well, how much for a single dose?
That'll last like till the end of the session, I think, and so no negative effects.
Oh, okay.
So 18 doesn't quite get you there, but you only draw one shot. Give me athletics or tumbling.
A dodge?
Dodge, yeah, give me a dodge. Need to beat a 17.
I know you said You gave us all dodge, but did I write that down? No. Dodge is what, wind?
Yeah, it'll be wind +2 because you have it.
So it'd be 13. That's the 20.
That's 20. Yeah, perfect. Your heads up display tells you that you're being targeted as you go between two of the trailers, and fucking bullets just pepper either side of the trailers as you pass through, and you manage to like loop to loop, and you're like breathing all heavy behind the next one. So they're about a trailer length ahead of you. But yeah, do you guys want to wait for her?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We leave no person behind.
Yes. Nicely said, Lieutenant. Yes.
Ah!
Okay, so you're waving her on. So you'll need to do another one of those dodge rolls.
Oh, we can't hear you.
I said that was not as good. That would be 17.
No.
Okay. They got a 39.
Ah.
Which is
Nice.
a legendary. Now they don't get anything special for that because I'm the DM.
I was gonna say, good Lord, how much meth are they on? Like 39.
So you take 29 damage.
Ow.
So your character, let's say she has 10 water, so 30. So you have 1 vitality. Just peppered with bullets. It is brutal. And so your armor like is torn up, and let's see, your armor takes 8, so you actually took 21. So you'll have 9 left. Or maybe I should use your vitality because it's like an in-depth sim or whatever. What's your character's vitality?
40.
40. Let's use that. So you're down 20. What did I say? 21. Oh, but I did say you have a personal force field.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
So your personal force field takes 20 off that. So you only take
Okay.
1 damage.
But it's scary. It's very
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah. And now your
Looks really
field's
bad.
completely down until it charges back up, which will take 2 rounds because it's a quick recharge. So you can either risk it and keep moving or sit tight until it recharges.
How much am I caught up to everybody
You're caught up.
else?
Yeah, you come
Okay.
flying through, and your shield winks out, and you're like at the lieutenant's feet.
Hi.
What's a like then try to cuss?
Flern.
She calls them a bunch of flirns.
Hell yeah. So you should be in visual contact now with B Squad. You see them already starting to insert on that side, which and you're trying to contact them to tell them you're trying to catch up, but comms are just not working at all between squads. Hand signals would work, I guess, or if you had a flare gun.
Do we have a flare gun?
Yeah, I think so. It's nighttime. Yeah, the sim is at night. So yeah, you each have a flare gun.
Is it a great idea to use a flare gun, or is that like a shoot here?
It would certainly get their attention, but yeah, it could help a mortar
Yeah.
pinpoint your location. So if you were to shoot it, you'd want to move at 50 feet away or whatever.
What are these trucks exactly?
They're just like burned out, like a garbage truck and a trailer,
Oh, but they're non-functioning.
Right. You think the defenders might have used them to defend, but they retreated inside the compound.
They're like a makeshift
Gotcha.
barricade.
Yeah. But so you see B squad like setting the charge to blow the wall on that side, and they're like, they got a couple people pointed up at the top of the walls, and another one scanning for drones or whatever. They're like 300 feet north.
Crunch, can you take out some of those autocannons?
Crunch says, of course. Doing it.
So to do that, you would have to send up your drone to locate their precise position, and then set your rockets to, you could target 2 separate locations with your rockets. Or you could set 2 on 1. That's one option. You have a laser, so you could like come out into the open and like disrupt their targeting with it. And of course, you could always use the drone as a bomb too, if you want to go that route.
I'm gonna kind of glance at Keziah and decide not to go out in the open. And just send my little drone out there.
Cool. Give me a stealth check to do it in such a way that it can't be targeted.
So that's a 2 on the die, and then would that be my shadow of 9? So that'd be 11.
Your shadow of 9 plus 6.
Okay, so 15 total.
15 total. They got a 14.
Oh,
Cool. So goes up. Sure enough, you got the coordinates for those 2 autocannons. You do see that they have full force fields. The one on the left has been damaged a bit by Squad A's fire, so you might be able to pierce that one easier.
okay.
But it looks like you will have to double up on one of them to take them out completely.
So I imagine for no reason, Crunch is doing like he's like in his mech, but like kind of crouching low to keep like full stealth, still in a giant mech. He's gonna pass along the information to everyone, and then say, "I guess I'll take out the leftmost damaged one. Try to wish me luck."
You got this, Crunch. I'm a
All
good
right.
leader.
Right, you are, Lieutenant.
Luck is a fictitious construct.
Thank you. I feel better already.
You can do it.
Ah. Okay. Yes. So I will blast away, not with the laser that would require me to get out in the open, but with the rockets, you said?
Yeah,
Or
they're
missiles?
auto-targeting, so they'll just hit.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So I'm going to give the guys a roll to see if they can
Sounds
use
good.
countermeasures in time. Or you're just targeting the one, so...
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to do as much damage to the injured one as possible to take it out right quick.
They do detect, and so they send up their chaff. Just to make it easy on me, I'm just going to say they take off this amount of damage. So they'll soak the first 13 damage. So roll 12d6.
Nice.
And keep track of any 6s.
Oh, okay. Not 1-6, unfortunately. But I did get 37 total.
The shield's at about a quarter strength after your rockets go. So you could probably break through with another round of fire, but you will want to change position somewhat because they can now target you.
Yeah. Well, let's move along a little bit, shall we?
How strong does this harness make me?
You can soak damage
Mm-hmm.
and transfer it into stored energy. It has to be like force, right?
Okay.
Like a shockwave from a bomb or
So
something.
kinetic energy.
Yeah, or like a punch or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And you could also, like, it's like a hybrid vehicle. If you stop really fast, you can store up some.
Okay.
And you can use it to make yourself jump farther or do more damage, that kind of thing.
All right. I was wondering if I could like hurl some debris at this cannon and try to knock its force field all the way out.
Yes, you will have to come out into the open to do that because you can't throw
Right.
at an... Well, I guess he could attach his... Yeah, he's throwing you his data so you could see what angle to throw it at. I'd say it'd make the throw a little harder
Yeah, that makes
to
sense.
do it from cover.
Alternatively, would it be possible for Alecto to pick up like a huge hunk of one of these like trucks and carry it like a shield for us?
Like a big truck wheel?
Yeah. Use it
Or
as a
just
shield.
like, yeah, or just like if one of these things is like a box truck or a garbage truck or something, just like
Yeah.
a side of the truck.
I mean, that's where you are now, but you mean like yank a door off or a piece of metal or whatever and use as you move?
Yeah, just like the side of the truck.
She could, but it would take longer than just everybody leaving this spot
Mhm.
because otherwise, be midway through yanking it out when a mortar comes down.
Okay.
All right.
But you could run forward and then start working on something if you want.
Well, I think we should keep moving. I will take just lob something as quickly as I can, just sort of blindly, like a big rock or
Cool.
something.
So this will be hard. I'm going to say you have to get a 20.
Okay. Am I using athletics?
Yeah.
I have 2 points in athletics. So that's what, 4? Is that how that works? I don't remember.
Yeah, +4 if you have
Okay.
2 ranks.
So 4, I rolled an 8, that's 12, and my earth is 11.
Yeah.
Hell
So-
yeah. Rock sails up. Let's see if the countermeasures team sees it. Ouch. Countermeasures blows up the rock before
No.
it hits the shield. So all these little pebbles just come raining down on the shield.
No.
I'll say squad A sees what you're doing and they targets. They both rolled 1s. So yeah, it's a comedy of errors over there.
Yeah, we definitely want to go to Squad B.
Yeah. Quad A's like the Keystone
Keziah,
Cops.
do you guys all want to move forward? And Keziah, do you have any actions you want to perform before you move?
I mean, all she has is a submachine gun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not going to be a whole lot of help.
I would like Keziah to run parallel with me so that I'll act as a human shield, a meat shield
Oh,
for
smart.
Keziah.
Okay.
Perfect. So, Crunch, I'm gonna say they're occupied for this next advance, and you move and you get to some more like high berms where they've stacked up rocks and dirt and stuff, and you're hunkered down, and the squad B blows a hole in the wall, and they start rushing forward, and you just hear an endless hail of bullets and laser beams and things. Like, just the wall is like pouring outwards, and like this blood mixed in. It's like a mist of your guys, and it's yeah, they're all cut down in seconds. Except the mech guy. The mech guy is like charging forward, and he goes into the smoke, and he's in there somewhere.
I take back everything I said about Squad A, obviously.
You see there's some sort of hatch opening up in the ground east of you, about 200 feet. You're not sure what that is, but it looks big enough to be a vehicle entrance.
Okay.
Possibly an underground tunnel.
Have I lost sight of Alecto and Keziah?
No, you're all
Okay.
bunched up, I think, at this point.
Cool.
Yeah, I just gave this one to you because Squad B was entering the compound.
Rest in peace to our fallen Squad B.
Yeah, and the other gun was dealing with Squad A. So yeah, that's the situation.
I guess I'll go ahead and point out the door just in case they don't see it. The vehicle hatch opening up.
It's ominous. How far away is this hatch?
It's about 200 feet.
Okay.
There's enough cover that you could probably work your way over there in a few rounds without taking cannon fire in the back.
I'm just worried about like a tank or something coming up out of this hatch and getting us from behind. So wondering if we shouldn't head that way instead. Because heading toward the compound obviously did not work well.
Now, is this out of character, or are you talking?
No,
to
I'm
them?
thinking out loud.
Got it.
Alecto
give that
is,
order, Alecto.
Yeah. Eh, um. Let's go see what's up with this hatch. I have a good feeling about the hatch.
All right.
Cool. So you send Corporal Crunch on ahead, and you follow in his wake. You're still meat shielding Keziah. And we'll say you get close to the top of the hatch. Would you rather go over the top and look down, or go around to one side? Or both, I guess you could spread out.
Let's find cover near where the hatch is opening and see what comes out of it.
Cool. We'll say there's some barrels off to one side. So you, we've got something in the chat here. Ash, do you want to regale us with your spoof?
Corporal Crunch is my favorite breakfast cereal.
Yum.
Oops, all crunches.
So let's do stealth checks to get you in there without being spotted.
I got a 20.
Stealth is wind or shadow?
I have it as wind.
Yeah, I think it could go either way.
Okay.
22.
22, a 20, and...
A 20.
Nice.
Okay.
We're super sneaky.
You see these three figures come forward, and they seem to be like people shaped, but they're like just covered in this oil, this like thick black goop that's like dripping off them as they skulk forward in a kind of creepy, I don't know, the horror movie kind of way, with their fingers like flexing and unflexing slowly. Yeah, and they're moving your direction, and one of them sniffs really loud and zeroes in on your position.
Oh no! Why are we so stinky?
And the hatch continues to rise up. It's like one of those that tilts up, and it's almost up, but it's real dark down there.
Does Keziah have any idea what that is?
What the creatures are?
Mm-hmm.
This is nothing Keziah would have ever seen. This is some sci-fi shit, like, you know.
Well, she's
made up
sci-fi shit.
Like you could speculate, but it's clearly made for the video game. You know, it's not like, unless you wanted to hack the video game itself, I don't think there's a way to.
You know, Keziah would do that.
Yeah.
But like, you don't have any of your gear or your passwords or whatever. We'll say you're like futzing with the control device on your suit to see if it's got a hidden lore dump, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, give me a light check. Let's see. Oh no, that's a different thing. I was thinking about the brainworm, but it doesn't help with research.
Just a straight up light check.
I think so. Computers or research.
Hacking?
Sure. I'll
Oh.
give it to you.
That would be I can do math at 24. If you'll give me hacking.
Yeah.
Yay.
You discovered that these must be the creations of the evil Dr. Schmorsblot,
That guy.
who has sided with the Metavalence, which is this new terrorist outfit that has been capturing civilians in the area. So surely he must be there involved in this somehow.
See, if you paid attention as all those the beginning scrolls were going by, this would make a lot of sense. Most people just skip by all of that, but you really should read it all.
Somehow Dr. Schmorsblot returned.
Yeah. You're like right clicking on the creatures to see if you can pull up a.
Jayme, quit goofing.
I'm sorry.
Jayme says Dr. S'moresblot, named for the stains on his white lab coat. Oh man, he's cooking marshmallows on the Bunsen burner.
Yeah.
It's very sticky fingers.
Yeah, he's terrible safety protocols, but he is a mad scientist, so it stands to reason.
That's what those creatures are covered in. It's not oil, it's burnt marshmallow.
Oh my god. Even his evil schemes are thematically appropriate. So you've got a s'mores demon coming at you. Your sensors tell you they're mostly human.
Mostly.
Except for whatever goop has been, applied to them or whatever.
Marshmallow.
Mm-hmm. That's what we'll call it.
And pumpkin spice.
All right. Any reaction to it sensing your position?
Yeah, I yell, light them up.
Hell yeah. Everybody roll a weapons roll. I guess Crunch will have to decide which things he wants to use.
I'm gonna go for laser this time. Feels like a real laser situation.
Are you just targeting the one that saw your position, or are you targeting all three?
If possible, I'd love to do like a big Akira swoop with the laser cannon.
Absolutely.
If
Perfect.
that's allowed.
Yep. That's fine. It'll be -4, but you get +6 for the suit. So you'll be +2 overall to your heavy weapons.
Okay,
which
I'm
is
thinking this
wind.
might be a miss. So my wind is 9. I rolled a 5, so that's 14 plus 2, so 16.
16. We'll see if they're able to dodge. Woo! So, one of them manages to go under, but one of them like freaks out terribly and stumbles back and bangs into that one. So their arm goes up at the last second. So your laser cuts through an arm, through a guy, through the next guy. This will be 8d6. Ignores
Jeez.
armor.
Okay, so that's a 28 total, plus I rolled a single 6, so I'll roll again. 31 total damage.
31. Yeah, that kills them and cuts off one's arm. So there's a one-armed goop demon left for whoever wants it.
Well, Keziah will shoot at it. Am I supposed to have like another character sheet though?
No, it's
Okay.
you're basically you.
Okay.
If you have any bonuses, like if I think of anything that a game would give you as the team doctor, I'll let you know. But I didn't make up special stats for anybody.
Gotcha. So what would how badly would her shooting be if she doesn't actually know how to shoot a submachine
Do you have
gun?
firearms mastery?
She has powered weapons.
Oh, and you don't have a powered weapon.
No.
So you'll be at a -2. We'll say you have a submachine gun chip that gives you +4. So you're at +2 to your stat.
Okay. So +2 plus wind plus the die.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god. You can't miss. Let's roll a 1.
I almost did. I rolled a 2.
Oh,
Okay. So you slip out of cover and you blam. And you're like wincing. You're still not quite used to this interface. And it's like hurting your shoulder. But the guy gets hit. We'll say it's a 3-round burst. So roll 3d6 3 times.
Ooh.
Jesus.
We'll see if the armor, because each one will have to pierce its armor or field or whatever it's got.
That was
Root field.
13. Am I re-rolling 6s?
Yeah.
12, 13, 18, 19, 20, 23, and then another 13.
31 altogether. Yeah. Just goes down. Boom. Nailed it. Something is coming out of the tunnel. It's shaped vaguely like a box with a huge bulldozer blade in front of it. And it's like A-teamed out, so there's like a couple lines where people can peek through. And but there's this like black goop dripping down the front of the blade that seems to be coming out of the eye holes, and it's like covering the sides of the thing, and it's like moving forward at about 15 miles an hour or so, and it hits the first dead zombo and crunches over it.
what kind of a simulation is this?
It's terribly unrealistic.
All right, I'll be right back. Sorry.
Oh, sure. Do you guys have any ideas? When Ash gets back, you can be like, LT, let's, X, Y, or Z.
Well, I was
Or
going
you
to
can
ask.
just banter.
I was going to ask a quick like gameplay possible question. Is
Sure.
there any way we could remove the laser cannon from Crunch's mech and give it to Keziah?
Absolutely not.
Darn. I was thinking like a power pack, and,
No, I think Alecto would have a rifle or a rifle, I would think. Assault rifle.
So can Keziah ride on Crunch like Master Blaster and
I'd give you partial cover.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't be able to dodge, which is kind of... But you do have that force field. All right, your LT is looking for advice. What should they do?
I was not prepared for nightmare bulldozers. Let's try to hunker down and maintain cover. Hopefully they hope they don't see us.
How fast is this? I mean, is this thing moving like a bulldozer, or is it moving like fast?
It hasn't hit really any obstructions yet, other than like a person. But it seems to be going about 15 miles an hour. It is accelerating. I'm not sure how fast a bulldozer needs to be going to hurt a person, but
bulldozers don't usually go very fast in general.
Yeah, but this one must be souped up or something.
Gotcha.
All right, so we'll hunker down and try to hide. Hope it doesn't see us. And wait for it to get past.
Y'all roll me some shadow checks. I'll give +2 to Ash, because Ash is a meditative person that's connected with the entire universe at least once.
So,
well, the universe of transits, sites.
Oh, I got a 19.
19, okay.
15.
Okay, I've rolled a 10 plus 5. Okay, so that's 15 total plus 9 for oh wait. So 30 total with my +6?
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Does anybody have resist domination as a skill?
No.
Dominate me.
So remind me what everybody got. You got a 30, Ash.
19.
19, Kristy.
15.
Oh, yeah. You feel this, like, weird invasion, like tendrils of thought come into your brain and, like, just kind of grope around your shoulders kind of vibe. And the bulldozer turns as it reaches the crest of the ramp and zooms in right for your barrels. You have a round to get out of the way if you want.
Yeah, let's get. No, we'll stay here. Let's get out of the way.
Do you want to split out to either side? Do you want to stay bunched up? Crunch could like leap out of the way, I suppose, if you wanted to. You've got jump jets.
I mean, so this thing's like targeting in on us, right? I mean, if it's like, so it knows where we are. Maybe us spreading out a little bit would be a good idea, so it can't just like hit us all in one go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it's having trouble maneuvering a little bit, so maybe spread out.
So we'll say Alecto goes left, Keziah goes right. What's Crunch gonna do?
I think Keziah should stay with me, or Crunch.
Oh, okay.
Or either
so
one of
left.
us. Yeah.
Crunch,
I guess I'll just break
jump,
off.
So okay,
Yeah.
you're just gonna run off.
Yeah, can I try to like draw fire a little bit and be like, oh, hey,
Sure. Yeah, you run between you come out into the open as you go to the next point of cover,
yeah,
and you're expecting like cannon blasts or something to come your way. And you see the side of the bulldozer as it hits the barrels, and instead of people behind the blade are like two vaguely human-sized forms, but like coated in this black goop that's glooped up over them and along the sides, down the back of the seats, and like parts of it kind of poke out like fingers in your direction, and some are pointed the other way at Alecto and Keziah. The bulldozer hits the barrels as you get into cover and then starts turning towards Alecto and Keziah
no.
and backing up, and you hear a beep, beep. All of you now have a clean shot into the tunnel if you want to go like behind the vehicle.
Mhm.
You could do that.
Well, I think that's where Alecto will uh, gesture, do the military hand gesture to crunch to head that direction and pull Keziah along.
Nice.
Definitely.
So yeah, you hustle down the ramp, you rendezvous halfway down the ramp there, and you see it's dimly lit down there, this vehicle storage area or whatever's beyond there. You see like the emergency light is flashing and like spinning.
Wait, why did we run down where all the monsters were coming from?
The game gives your objective
Uh,
point, like, check your HUD, and it's like that's your next objective.
The very large monster is not down here.
That bulldozer had a few more fingers that I'm used to seeing in a bulldozer. Must be a new model.
took Caterpillar a little too literally. Okay, so let's assess what's down in the tunnel, where our exits are, where our objective is.
Cool. So, your standard vehicle mustering area, there's a couple of go-karts and some other things. A lot of it is shot up. You see some like bloody stains and like people who used to run this place like lined up on the side of the wall, like shot up, stacked up like cordwood. And there's a console to shut the hatch door. Everything's staticky and like it's it's spooky, right? It's like a spooky situation. So you think some of the consoles might work. You're not sure, around the perimeter of the room.
Should we try to shut the hatch so that thing can't follow us in here?
Absolutely. See
Okay.
if you can hack the controls.
Okay.
Sorry, while you're in there, see if there's a switch to make things not quite so scary. I don't really like horror pictures,
I will see what I can do.
Thank you.
Okay, give me a hacking check. Let's see how you do.
That would be a 27.
That should just about get it done. Yeah, you find a working console, you get it done, and you have earthquake protocol, which makes it drop twice as fast. So it's coming down. Let's see if the bulldozer can muscle its way through. Oh, it cocked up on a 10. Let's try it again. No, so the hatch comes down and like the bottom of the bulldozer gets like crunched under the big hooks that connect the hatch into the ground or whatever. And the whole thing goes and you hear like weird screams in your mind. And then you see the goop like coming back under the hatch, inching its way towards you all.
Okay, word of it. My suggestion as leader is not to touch the black goop.
Crunch, do you have any fire?
Flamethrower.
Do I have any fire?
I didn't have it on the list, but you know what? You have a fire.
Yes. Maybe
It's
the
not-
laser rifle has like a toggle, like a spray
Yeah.
bottle.
It's like a Fallout flamer. It's like goes out about 10 feet. It's not like a World War II 30-foot long arc of plasma napalm or whatever it is. But yeah, you can also tune it down to a welder so you can cut through doors and things like that.
Yes, I have always had one of these. What would you like me to do?
See if you can kill the goo.
Right. Okay, I roll to kill it with fire.
Okay, so you're just flaming the ground and you manage to keep it back and it like sears and you feel grossness inside. All of a sudden your HUD starts to crackle and like whatever your images were just seem to like split horizontally and there's like snow sound and then you all see Gale's face.
Hey, crew, so something weird is happening out here. All our systems are fused. We hit some sort of hyperspace cloud, and it's making everything haywire. Tap into you through the neural feedback system. No idea how long I can keep this link open, so I'll be quick. Basically, you have to get to the enemy command center and shut down something called the Terror Nexus device. I guess it makes people into weapons or something. I'm looking through the cheat guide, but best I can tell you is you have to feed the system's targeting data back through the image uptake channel. I'm sending the schematics now.
And then she like disappears. And you get some schematics loaded to your heads-up display that goes back to normal.
I don't like this game.
It's the worst, right? Like everything about this is awful.
You
I
have a
would.
new objective on your map. It's like blinking yellow, which is the presumed location of the command center.
Okay. Well, let's find a way to make ourselves get there. Because I'm good at English.
I would just like to remind you all that I suggested we play Sergeant Commander 3, but you refused. That's why we're here. You said, no, I don't want to see organs. Now what? Look at what we're looking at. All right, let's go.
So there's a big hallway you could go down. You could try to get a go-kart moving. I don't know what else. Jetpacks? I don't know.
Let's see how quickly we could get a go-kart moving. If it takes more than we'll say 2 turns, then
Yeah, it'll probably take longer than that.
yeah, then we should
I'll just give you that one.
We should just move. Keziah,
Okay, so you're gonna run. So it's just this long open hallway. So you're not going to have any cover. So keep that in mind.
Wow. Maybe we should get one of these carts going.
Did she get anything else out of her very nice hacking roll?
Sure. Yeah, you're connected to the local net, so you'll have a running map. There's no life signs in the tunnel itself or any of the side passages. But there must be jamming or something at the site itself. So all you have from that point on is your schematics that Gail gave you.
Okay.
There's the schematics to the device, and then blueprint to the building, names on the map of bathroom and kitchen and stuff like that. Conservatory,
What kind of roll do you need to get a go-kart running?
I'll just give it to you, unless I guess I could. It'll be 4 rounds unless you want to roll and try to lower that.
What kind of roll?
I mean, it'd be vehicles, driving.
I got pilot.
Yeah, pilot will work, sure. Same principles. All this future tech, it's backwards compatible.
A car, a spaceship, go-kart.
Yeah.
It's all the same.
So what'd you get?
18.
18. Okay, and somebody can assist. Do either of you know anything about machines? You're Crunch, your mech suit's probably got a program or something.
Yes, I have programs on here, various applications that may help.
Got
Beep,
a
boop.
Swiss Army thing pops out of your...
Yeah. Go, catch and assist. Toothpaste comes squirting out of my shoulder.
So yeah, she tells you where to punch, and you just punch the hood, and it starts up, and y'all load in. So it cuts the, startup time in half.
Nice.
So you guys are tootling down the thing at top speed. I'm gonna need that piloting roll again, just so you don't run into any walls or anything. You would have to roll a 1, by the way.
I rolled the opposite of a 1. I rolled a 10.
Yeah.
You drive down that tunnel so smoothly.
You're like avoiding debris and bodies. You're like, yeah, I got this.
Do a couple donuts just cause.
Oh, hell yeah.
Little bunny hop over some corpses.
So you get to the far end, and it's another kind of vehicle storage bay, and you pull in, and there's ordinary storage bay stuff. There's a vending machine, and there's double doors going into the basement of the facility. There's some more bodies, The music's getting real ominous at this point.
Y'all ever play Dead Space? Kind of like that.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
It's exactly like Dead Space, but without any space trains or, So not a lot like Dead Space, no tall ceilings. You're pretty much just in a basement. But the lighting.
And the
Yes.
music.
Yeah.
The atmosphere.
The corpses. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So let's head through those double doors, I guess, if it's following our objected path.
All right, you guys pop through the double doors, and the lights are out. You can smell cordite and blood, and the floor is slippery in places, and none of your heads-up display works anymore. Your suit's automated joint lubrication system starts to short out.
Oh no.
So your physical tasks will be at +4 instead of +6.
Okay.
And it goes up to a T-bone intersection. You could go left or right, but right now you're about 20 feet up a hallway.
Okay. What does our map tell us to do?
There are staircases to the left and to the right at the end of long hallways. Both will get you there.
Okay. So, as we round up on the corner, would have myself take one corner, Keziah take the other, and we'll peer around the corner without just barreling headlong into this T intersection to make sure that there's nothing down the respective hallways.
Perfect. All right, whoever's peeking around the corner, give me a light check. Add any combat sense or investigation.
Got a 20.
Ooh, I
Nice.
have
20.
investigation.
Sorry,
Sorry, 22.
Kristy, what'd you say?
Oh, I was just saying I actually have investigation. That would be a 24.
24, okay. So you look that way and you see, 100 feet of hallway with various passageways going off to either side to a staircase door. And the door is kind of jogged open a bit, and you see a foot down at the bottom. You're not sure if it's attached to a person or not. Alecto, down the other way, another 100 feet. Similarly, there's other passageways, and that staircase door is like blown off its hinges and is sort of sideways across the opening.
Okay. Let's go down my hallway.
Okay. So I'm gonna say you're all about 10 feet apart as you hustle down the hallway. I assume Keziah's in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Although you do have that force field, so you could take point if you want. And I assume Crunch is backing either the front or back.
Crunch is hanging way back and he's like covering his eyes and peeking through his fingers because he's expecting something to jump out at him.
Cool. So you're covering the intersection basically, and the two of you are spreading down. And then all of a sudden, there's just a ringing noise and a blast, and in front of you the walls like explode in on themselves, and behind you, so basically cutting you all off from each other, are these massive claymore explosions. And there's ball bearings flying through the air and like smoke, drywall dust, like it's a whole production. And the lights are out. Crunch, another one of your systems is acting up. This time it's your UV and low light vision is kind of fucked up. And now you're all separated. Alecto.
Yes.
Actually, I'm sorry. Let me start with Keziah. Keziah, there's a pile of rubble ahead of you, pile of rubble behind you. There's an open door to your right.
The piles of rubble are insurmountable.
It would take a while to get through them.
Like I can't climb over them. Like they're completely
It's like
up to the
stuff
ceiling.
fell in from higher floors.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's full of debris. You'd have to like work your way through it for a while.
Gotcha.
But you can try to climb up to the top, see if you could see over through.
Yeah, she's gonna do that first. She's gonna try to find like a place where she can shout through at least.
Which side, Alecto or Crunch?
Quick visual scan. Does either side look like it has a hole?
Yeah, the one closest to Crunch.
Okay. That side.
Okay, so you're climbing up the side. Alecto, blast behind you, rubble's filling top to bottom. There's dust, it's hard to see. Your visor is completely useless. You could probably just pop the top. It's like covered with dust, so it might work once you clean off the front. And behind you, yeah, it's impassable to get back the way you came.
Okay. Well, shoot. And our comms aren't working?
Comms are out, yeah.
Well, I will remove my visor. Does my visor have any special like low light or ultraviolet vision or anything I need to like magnification or anything I need to worry about?
You can like wipe off the visor and
Yeah.
see if you can,
Yeah.
So you're working on that, and you see infrared works, and you also see that there's a Morse code channel essentially where you could basically voice text the other two, and if their systems are working, they'd be able to pick that up. Oh, and your map system is still working, so you can
Right.
kind of see what's around.
I'll dash the others and tell them to, as best they can, make their way to a rally point, and I'll pick something that I think on the map that we could all reasonably
Perfect.
reach.
So it's on the next floor up.
Yeah.
And it's sort of midway between you and them.
Yeah. So we'll rally there.
Cool. Crunch. The whole way in front of you is blocked, and you hear fire going like in that direction, like the crackling and things popping. Yeah, that's happening.
No.
And it's smoky and dusty. It's hard to see.
I guess I'll try to shout, "Hello! Oh, can anyone hear me?"
Just echoes.
Oh no. So I'm in the hall. The way ahead is blocked. What about behind me? Are there any other passages or anything?
Yeah, towards the stairs on that side, you could easily get there. Or you could take a different passage if you wanted to work your way back in their direction, Alecto and Keziah.
Does Crunch get the message from Alecto?
No.
No. So I probably wouldn't want to wander off on my own in the creepy complex. So I guess I'll try to go around and loop around back towards where my companions are.
Cool. So you're going down this just dark, spooky hallway. You hear somebody like moaning and crawling, and then a shot, and their moans stop. Like that's well off in the distance, but that spooked you a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So you're kind of trying to work your way. You're following your map, and you think you'll get there, but then you come across another obstruction, like another bomb must have gone off, so then you're twisted off in another direction. Keziah.
Did she hear Crunch yelling?
No.
Okay. Well, she will get up to that little hole.
Mm-hmm.
Crunch, are you over there?
You can't hear anything. All you see is a wall of flames and like smoke in front of that. It's really loud, crackly, popping. There's no way an unmech'd person could have survived that. But you don't hear him or his mech.
Great. All right. She'll climb back down.
Okay.
And she didn't get the message from Alecto either.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Should go over to the other side and try to, I guess, yell through the wall to Alecto.
Okay. Same deal on that side, just flames. You think you hear some shooting off in the distance. It's a little echoey, maybe it's in the stairwell. But there's no easy way to get through. You might be able to climb up to the second floor if you squeeze through some conduits and things.
Yeah, is there a way to just like go up?
Yeah, it'll take you a little bit, but you think you can get up there.
That sounds good.
Okay, so you're working your way through the ceiling. Alecto, you go up the stairs. You're not met with any resistance. You get to the second floor. And as when you try to open the door to the second floor, whatever, hallways or whatever, it like won't open.
All right. Can I try to batter my way through?
Yes. I don't know if magic kung fu can work through a sim.
Probably not.
Probably not.
But I can charge up my harness.
Yes. Like run up and down the stairs a few times and
Yeah.
charge up.
And if it absorbs kinetic energy, I could slam myself against the wall or something a few times.
Cool.
Yeah.
So give me a athletics roll.
Okay. So I rolled a 9. I have +4, so 13. My earth is 11, so 24.
24. That's good. I'll give you +2 per die. Ordinarily it'd be 2d6. But you stored up 20 points of kinetic damage, so you can add that to it.
Okay.
So roll 2d6 +2 per die.
+2 per die.
Yeah.
So that's 4 + 5, 9.
So 29.
29.
So the door buckles and it's like, and like sand and dust and stuff pouring through around the edges. And the other door kind of buckles out towards you as if like the pressure change jostled something on the other side. It's pretty obvious now that the entire hallway is full of rubble.
So there's no getting through here.
You might be able to if you keep doing this move, but it might take a while.
And it might also collapse the whole tunnel on me.
Yes. You see that on your heads-up display that Keziah and Crunch are nearing a rally point, but they've stopped moving now, and they're like as if they've seen something scary or whatever. They're not able to meet up.
Okay. So I need to find an alternate way around. So
Yeah.
I will work on that on my next turn.
Okay. Crunch.
Ugh.
You managed to find a ladder. It's like I don't know, some sort of maintenance hatch thing up into the guts of the ceiling there. And so you climb up there, and then you get to this weird circular chamber with switches and things around it, and then a big bulkhead style door, and it's slightly open, and there's black goop kind of pooling around it.
Am I still in my mech suit, or do they have to get out of that to climb the ladder?
Yeah, no, it was wide enough for the suit.
Okay. Let's see here.
In fact, you don't even need to climb the ladder. You just boost with
Yeah,
jump
I
jets.
just boost. It's no problem. I am going to like like I know I should be going very tippy toe stealthy, but I'm getting increasingly freaked out. So I'm just kind of like like I hurry towards the door to try to like barge my way through and find everybody. Uh.
Okay, cool. You yank it forward, and you see bodies strewn about in this larger chamber. There's big machines and things, and you hear. Oh, it's got really high ceiling. Like the machines are sort of like around pillars, and the pillars go up into the distance. There's a sort of one-story shack built inside the warehouse. Beyond those. And on top of it, you notice 3 life signs, and then there's a lot of noise coming from inside it. It's like voices and murmuring and whining and shouting. That must be where the civilians are. There's like,
Okay, so I
dozens
see
of voices.
3 life signs coming from the shack, or just
They're like on top of it. You assume guards that might be
okay.
watching this area.
I mean, I guess I will approach the shack. Uh, my friends are in there.
Could you say that again? I lost you
Oh,
briefly.
yeah, sorry. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I will approach the shack and see if anyone fires on me.
Okay. Are you being stealthy?
I'm gonna go with yes, as stealthy as I can be.
All right. You need to beat a 14.
Okay.
And this is a physical task with your mech, so +4 instead of +6.
Okay, I definitely beat that then. Because I got a. Is that plus shadow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 20 total.
Okay, yeah, you easily slip your way between the machines. You step gingerly over some poor lady, and you arrive at the side of the warehouse, and you can hear the windows, like, some of them are open, and you can hear, like, some demagogue, like, railing about politics or whatever, and you hear various civilians, like, whining or groaning or, whatnot. Some of the guards are like, yeah, hype men.
And can I kind of peek in through the window and see if because I had Alecto.
Sure. I
Yeah.
assume you used your drone for that?
That's probably better than me poking my big crunch head through the window. Yeah.
So your
Thank you for
drone
reminding me.
pops up and peeks inside, and you see there's just 4, like, besuited gentlemen with, like, briefcases on the ground next to their chairs, and they've got sunglasses, and there's, like, a device on a I don't know, a cart of some kind that's playing all that noise that you were hearing. And the white-haired one takes off his sunglasses, and his suit jacket kind of opens up, and you see a big hand cannon on his belt. And he says, "Crunch, please join us."
Oh boy. Of course, yes. I didn't want to interrupt.
You hear footsteps all through the warehouse, like
I don't
as
like that.
more goons step into position.
Yes. Have you seen my my full platoon of friends? At least 50 or 60 backup soldiers around.
I will need a deception check on that, but first, let's go back to Keziah. Remind me what you were doing last.
She was in the ceiling.
That's right. You come up to the second floor, and you're inside the same set, like pillars and machines and bodies and the whole thing. You see up to the top, there's all these, like, big glass windows sort of tilted and you could see the moon, and there's that same low building, but there's 5 life signs on top of the thing, and you don't hear any civilians or a guy or anything like that.
So she doesn't see Crunch?
No, you're coming from a different direction, maybe.
Okay. Well, she's looking for Crunch and Alecto. So
Okay.
that's
Are you
That's
gonna
what she's
stay
doing.
put and just looking around, or are you gonna like find cover, try to get to the wall?
yeah, she's gonna like try to get to the wall, stay in cover.
Okay, are you running or being stealthy?
She'll be stealthy.
Okay, give me a shadow check.
That's not great. 13.
Okay. Your boot scuffs against the painted part of the floor at one point, makes a real basketball court style squeak. And you're like all freaked out. But you get to the wall, you tuck in between 2 big computer cabinets. And then one of them starts to slide open, like pop kind of away from the wall. So it's like opening in a kind of semicircle arc. And there's light kind of gleaming from inside the wall.
It's probably not good, but what's behind it?
Are you just peeking through, or are you like going in guns blazing? What's your...
No, sorry, she'll peek.
Okay. You start to peek, and then Gail's suddenly in front of you, and she's like pushing the cabinet away, and she like, whoa, you come face to face all of a sudden, and you see static flickering on the sides of your vision, and she looks all freaked out, like her hair's a mess, and she says,
Keziah, we found a virus in your processor. It's causing all of this. So as far as we can tell, only you can solve it by shutting down and doing a hard reboot. And you have to do that yourself because we can't get into your system, not even remotely.
How did you find a virus in my system?
Hatima's got this really sophisticated tracking software, and it honed in on you, right to this position. And it's raised havoc with ship's systems, so I'm having trouble keeping this channel open.
Give me more information on the virus.
We don't have time for this. You could all die any second.
and she like looks off to her left, and she's doing something with her fingers, and she starts reading just like the précis that the computer is generating to explain its processes or whatever, and it all sounds logical, like to your hacking brain. It sounds like something that a really sophisticated computer with a high-tech AI, which Grace seems to be, could do. And it would stand to reason why they'd have Gail be the point of contact, because you know her and the others are all others.
Tell me what it was I said that you thought was a... Man, I forget exactly how she worded it.
This is something you guys talked
Yeah.
about in a previous episode.
Yeah.
If you get the gist, I can look it up.
Yeah, I'll ask her. I want her to tell me whatever it was she said about me saying that they should follow the trail of blood to find me.
Oh, God, you mean back with the white spider stuff? Oh, God, but it was... Oh, okay, you said you can find me by the trail of blood. We weren't sure whose blood it was, but it turned out to be Keziah's and not yours, so I guess that was really good. But, Yeah, something like that, right?
All right. Can Keziah shut down in this particular, like, non-Keziah state?
Yeah, if you think really hard and visualize like a sort of mind palace, you've got some sort of backdoor thing that can reboot the system. You'll be out for about 30 seconds, and then you'll come back online to in a tiered step of turning things on safely.
Okay.
All right, you go out.
Good night, Gail.
Alecto.
Yes.
Crunch checks in and tells you that he has a clear shot at the command center. But there is somebody roaming around with a minigun. And then Keziah checks in and says basically the same thing, that she has a clear shot at the south entrance to the shack, whereas Crunch has an access to the east.
Okay. Well, allow me to deal with the minigun provided I can find my way out of here. Because right now I'm trapped, right? There's no...
You can go down and then back up somewhere else, or you could, like, I don't know, punch through the wall.
Right.
There's a ladder up to the roof you could maybe do something with.
I'll take the ladder.
Okay, you climb up the ladder. You're able to do whatever it takes to pop the top hatch. It takes a little while, but eventually you get up there. And you see those autocannons just blasting. There's like other parts of this battle according to the video game, so they're just shooting at shuttles or whatever. So either squad A and B have gotten in safely, or they're all dead because they're not targeting anybody on the ground.
Okay.
And you see a couple bodies here and there, and then an open door to a staircase sort of halfway down the building, we'll say 300 feet.
Okay. I'll stealth my way there
Okay.
and yeah, head through that doorway.
Okay, what'd you roll?
10 plus 1, so 11. Stealth, so it's 2, so 13. Plus 10, 23. Does that add up?
Yeah,
Okay,
you
so-
beat one. The other one got a 31. So you'd have
Jeez
to use
Louise.
2 action points to beat that.
Oh, I don't have 2 action points. So
You should.
I
I
have-
feel
I have-
like you get
I have
one every...
1.
Okay,
I have 1. I used 1, so
gotcha.
I have 1.
Okay. So an autocannon just unloads on you. Give me a dodge or...
I'll dodge.
Yeah, dodge will do it.
So let's see. I rolled a 7. I have 2 points, so that's
Plus
7
4.
plus 4 is 11 plus my wind of 12, so 23.
Yeah, the bullets all go wild and cut up the roof and the parapet and go flying off the sides. And you see a guy working a mortar, like duck down behind something, and now you're safe. You can get to the door.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
you get
I'll
to the door.
I'll
you...
slide dramatically and do a little flip or whatever.
Hell yeah. So you go down this quick spiral staircase and you come out at a sort of like crow's nest situation. And there are 4 guys with rifles pointed down, which apparently you're teammates didn't detect for whatever reason.
Okay.
And from there's probably a way to get down to the warehouse proper, but that's what you're working with up here.
Okay. I think I can take 4 guys.
Okay.
So, yeah, my plan will be to sneak up behind one and take him out. And then I'll have to fight the rest hand to hand.
Okay, so as you move into the room, the floor electrifies and an alarm goes off, and you see the guys are in like sort of half space armor, like on their lower sides, so they're insulated. So you are like stunned briefly, and they all spin and point their guns at you. Crunch, where were you last?
I was lying about how many people are with me. I said I had a whole platoon about to back me up.
That's right. So, this guy steps out the side door, and he walks over and he says, Crunch, I'm with the Conclave. And, do you remember a project about a weapon in development called the Personality Bomb?
Do I?
You definitely remember. This was one of the last projects you consulted on before your ill-fated Devarikar mission. You were sort of like an auditor, kind of like your job down on Devarikar, sort of dotting I's and crossing T's, making sure they didn't do anything inappropriate, because they were having to work with multiple agencies. So anyway, yeah, you know it. It's supposed to allow soldiers to network with each other, or that's what it was originally intended for, but it turns out it kind of permanently damaged everyone they tested it on, so they turned it into a weapon. Oh, he kind of like guides you into the warehouse if you're willing.
Sure.
And you notice that your mech suit is gone, and he directs you to a table. And now the shack has shrunk to the size of like a 10 by 10 room. And there's just a table and him and a couple guys. And he opens up the file, and yeah, you see your signature is just huge on this document. And they have some pictures of you talking to one of the designers in a bar with an envelope, passing hands. And he says, I guess I don't need to explain the inference that the Conclave has made here.
There's a perfectly reasonable explanation for this. You see, my associate was a stamp collector, and I found
He
a
slides the file out of the way, and you just see a picture of Peter Hemdor, the one from the one from his yearbook photo, like the year before he started at your office. And he pulls up a virtual screen, and it shows Hemdor in his last moments being mobbed by a bunch of armed goons. He says, we all want to keep this quiet. So here's the bargain we've struck. We'd like you to record a statement pinning the entire situation on Peter. He, after all, was the one who had you assigned to Devarikar, knowing it was outside the protected systems and thus likely to lead to your death when the war kicked off. we will need you to retire from public life, and if you agree to these conditions, you will avoid a death sentence.
And it doesn't look like there's any easy way I can just punch him and not have to do this, right?
Well, you don't have your mech suit anymore, so you just
Yeah.
have Ebenezer arms.
Rats.
And it's a simulation.
Right.
So
Well, I don't like either of these choices.
we'll leave you hemming and hawing.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah.
Keziah, you wake up and you're on a stretcher, and you see a bunch of helmeted troops lining the medical bay that you're in. You see a big mirror glass window. And Gail is wearing a lab coat and a stethoscope, and she comes over and she says,
Keziah, hi. We have some troubling video I'd like to show you.
and she shows you a video of your parents in a cell, kind of occasionally looking up at the what do you call it, CCTV camera. And she says,
So, the company has a proposal for you. We need you to denounce Ebenezer and Alecto, admit that you were working with the Windrunner resistance in Sunrise City, and you'll be allowed to live. If not, the Acheron and you will be destroyed.
Did you lie to me about the virus?
she looks over at the window, she must be getting info in her ears, and she says,
I'm not required to give you any information. This is a one-time deal.
She shuts down again.
hell yeah. So, last thing we see is a black oil monster comes down the stairs behind Alecto, and you see all these like glitches in the screen, and like everything turns off, and you smell your sweat, and you're back in the real world. But you're in a room, like an interrogation room, and across the way from you is one of the Emperor's Skyblades, the one that was in charge when you were at the engine. She sets down a green file folder, opens it up, and she says, "Hello again, Alecto. We nearly lost you."
Hi.
She explains that their dampening weapon stopped the Acheron, but it messed up its systems, trapping you guys in the game. Captain Kesendelic has been killed, as well as the navigator. Keziah was injured by the device and might not recover. And then she explains her pitch, which is that Gale and the others will be released and all charges vacated, as long as you agree to discreetly join the Emperor and help him with his secret project. And we'll leave it there. Thoughts?
This game's a jerk.
You can see why I wanted to rush. There was a lot to get through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Likes? Any likes?
It was plenty spooky, which I appreciated. I'm a spooky person. And it's getting very Christopher Nolan up in here, which I also appreciate.
Hell yeah. I enjoyed Crunch like shooting rockets,
Mm-hmm.
lasers, a flamethrower.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That was fun.
The Akira arch.
Yes.
Akira arc. Love that.
Hell yeah.
I liked Alecto being in charge.
Oh.
Wasn't that a trip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I asked Ash
that's great.
what Alecto's greatest fear was before we started, and it was taking command.
Oh no.
Aw.
Electo doesn't want to be responsible for anything. Electo is a free spirit.
Mhm.
But she
I
did
like.
so well.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, that was it. I was saying she did so well.
Yeah.
She did a good job.
Yeah. Lieutenant. I really liked how spooky it was. I think I especially liked the bulldozer encounter because that was just so weird. With the
Oh my god. It's pretty blatantly stolen from a Doctor Who episode, but I switched it up. I made it black goop instead of body parts.
Ew.
I want to avoid the body horror, even though AJ's not on this week. Maybe they'll be
Yeah.
able to listen to it later.
Yeah. And I liked us getting like split up and like forced to go through our own spooky bits. Yeah.
I hope it wasn't too annoying to like have your thing not be the same as the other person's.
No, it made
No.
it crazy,
Yeah.
like in a good
Cool.
way.
Yeah.
Like, what is happening? I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
This could all still be a virtual reality thing. We're getting to Philip K. Dick territory.
Right. As far as Keziah is concerned, though, the game cheated, so.
The game cheated?
Yeah, because it used her real life situation in order to defeat her. So the game cheated. So she's mad.
Nobody told me this sim was telepathic. This is bullshit.
She's had to like throw the controller down.
Yeah.
Like
Wishes for next time.
for Alecto to be okay.
For everyone to be okay.
Oh yeah. Yes. For
Oh my
Crunch to
God.
not go to jail forever and ever.
I don't want to go to jail. I definitely.
Technically, it was avoiding the death penalty.
Oh yeah, everyone is set
Oh,
to
yeah.
die. I think they don't give the right response.
That's right. They're gonna blow up the Acheron for Alecto, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, you'll just all be charged. That's right.
Right.
Crunch, that thing. I guess it was Keziah that was told the ship will be blown up.
Well, I, for one, am going to write a stern letter to the publisher of this video game, which was labeled as military action and is in fact creepy and gross.
It was rated T for teen.
Yes, not T for terrifying.
Did not sign up for an M++.
Mm. So yeah, stay tuned. Next week we might get Gail's spooky dream. We'll find out. Please join our Patreon, patreon.com/shatteredworldsrpg. You can get all kinds of great stuff over there, including the full Return and Rise of the Defiler. And any other side things we do. There's dozens, if not hundreds, of episodes over there, so check it out. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, SWRPGpod, and our email is shatteredworldspod@gmail.com. Ash, how do people find you?
You can find me on Mastodon and Blue Sky as Dr. Mod, TORMOD. And also you can listen to the D&D game, Rise of the Defiler, Return to the Defiler on Patreon. So please do that.
Hell yes. Ash is a tremendous dungeon master. Just writing up so many amazing scenarios. It's been a
Yay.
blast.
Sure are.
Kristy.
I have some short stories up for free on a website called Vocal, but they're under my full name, which is real long, so look in the show notes for that. And you can also find me on Return of the Defiler. I play a paladin named Matthias. It's
He
real
speaks
fun.
in a little kid voice. So funny.
So check us out there, or go to Vocal if you're interested in some short stories.
They're really good. You should do it.
Yes,
Thank you.
absolutely. And Jayme.
You can find me on itch.io. I have free RPGs. It's brandoff.itch.io. Check them out. They're free.
And they're awesome.
Thank you.
Hell yeah, they are. I can't wait to play. Don't you have a newer one?
Yeah, Charmer Savant. We gotta play that soon. Plus more Lucid City, because it feels like this is a creepy time of year for Lucid City. So I'd be down to run something.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, let's coordinate.
definitely.
Well, that'll do it. I don't think we need a button on the episode because like I said, it was spooky all the way through. It goes black. There's no music. Netflix tries to make you advance to the next show, but you hit hide so you can see the credits. Yeah. That's it. Keep it rolling. Oh. Thank you for putting up with a bit of railroading. I was like seeing the finish line. I'm like, I think I can get to all three of these cliffhangers if I just sort of rush.
It didn't feel that rushed.
Oh.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
You were steering us toward endings, but it didn't feel like I wasn't upset about it. I didn't feel railroaded.
Was it at all believable to hear that Hatima was killed?
I'm very upset about that, and I'm hoping this is all part of the simulation still.
Yeah.
Admittedly, I was going to argue with you more about the shutting down thing and the virus thing, but then I was like, no, just do it.
It's kind of like if you're playing a video game that you'd rather just wander around and like look under barrels and things, but it's like it's like, oh, look at that big ass mission objective 20 feet away.
Yeah, well, it's like you have the conversation wheel or whatever, and eventually you get to the point where there's just no other choice to pick, so...
And they're just blinking at you.
Mm-hmm.
You pick no, and then they just ask it again.
Right.
Cannot pick up Jan Flask.
I don't want to join the returners, no! Oh, and just to wait, I didn't feel real weird. This kind of felt like almost like a standalone one-shot kind of a deal, so it felt like it had a different pacing than the usual kind of mission.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, nice.
I was definitely surprised. It's not what I expected.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I was trying to set up Alecto's things so that Alecto would be like, I'm pinned down. I'm going to need one of you guys to go rescue the civilians or whatever. Or no, get to the device. But Alecto was like, fuck it, I could take 4 guys. I was like, electric floor.
I was like, this game cheats. Electric
This game
floor.
definitely cheats.
Game's a jerk.
Yeah. No, this game is a total dickhead. The one thing that was true was the personality bomb. That was a real project.
Well, it definitely isn't my fault that things turned out that way. As you can see from the flashback, I was just off at a bar being passed a bribe. It had nothing to do with it being weaponized.
Oh, I should have said he doesn't actually remember that happening,
Oh,
but
okay.
he recognized the bar. You know, he's definitely been there before. Imagine getting so drunk that you commit treason.
Probably happened.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past me.
I was talking about real life.
Oh,
but, you
yeah,
know.
yeah. Real life for sure.
I'll hand you over the secret documents.
Yes.
You seem nice.
Yeah. You seem like a real trustworthy guy. It's fine. Where did you say you're from again?
New
Iran?
Jersey. Saginaw, Michigan. Holy weird.
That's a lot of places to be from.
My father was in military.
Oh man, tell me about it. God, I had to go through the same thing. You and me were like brothers.
I love you, man.
I should get going, guys.
Yeah, I should
Alright,
get
great.
going
Thank
too.
you.
All right, bye.
Thank you so much. This is
Have a
both
good
a
night.
birthday thing and a Halloween thing. This is
Yeah.
great.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday, Jeff.
Thank you, my
Yay!
dearest loved ones. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Shout out to Space Knife for letting us use their track I'm Taking Off, Shield Your Eyes from their Into the Black Hole EP. Thanks, Space Knife. Keep it rolling.
You just need to put googly eyes on it.
Yeah.
See, wherever your scar is, that's going to be the mouth. And just put googly eyes on it. It's fine.
I like it. Yeah. It's my googly knee. And then I'll walk around in shorts and scare children.
Googly knee. There's probably a website for that.
Probably.
Yeah.
Come to my OnlyFans and see my googly knee for just $9.95.
Well, I'm gonna get right into it. None of this last time on bullshit or hi, how are you? We're just gonna jump in, okay?
Okay.
Well, I'm fine anyway.
How are you?
Now the other two are gonna be jealous that they don't get to talk about their stuff. Ah, shit.
How are your knees?
This is like a show with no cold open, you know? Like they go right into the theme song and you're like, why no cold open? This is weird. What's going on? And then the entire thing is just front to back spooks and chills. You know, until the end.
Halloween episode.
Sure, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that sounds good.
By the way, feel free to cut my disgusting medical problems out of the show.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good.
Is that a yes or is that...
Well, you said feel free, so I thought it was like dealer's choice. But if yes, I absolutely will.
Okay, thank you.
I was like, what if it's gold though?
Oh no! Why are we so stinky?